Hi guys, and welcome back again to I love the way I say welcome back again to my YouTube channel, because I'm just always excited because I always have something new and interesting. You know, I like to keep up with what is happening all over social media and things that is hot in relationships and lifestyle. So I'm going to be talking about this word that everybody talks about the most, and they never really have found out, or they've not been able to define it. Is closure. Closure. What is closure? Closure is when you break up with someone and you want to have like a happy ending. You want to discover the reason why that relationship ended. You want to understand what happened, what went wrong. But I just have realized that the way life is, you never really get closure. You can date someone, love the person, have such great feelings for the person, be there for the person, be an emotional stability for the person, be a care provider, do everything that you need to show this person that you love them, and they break up with you. The question is, how do you get closure back? At the end of the day, I kind of realized that closure is a myth. Nobody ever gets closure because people do things that they want to do based off their selfish interests. We're all selfish people. It's just that we've not found the right situation to be able to vent or pour our selfishness out too. So imagine you meet this guy or you meet this babe, and then you have so much love for the person, and then you break up with the person. You want to find out why the relationship broke up. What did you do wrong? The first thing with closure is to accept the situation has happened. I've been in that situation, you know, and I realized that I just needed to come to terms with the breakup. We don't come to terms with breakup because we're living in that relationship. We're enjoying the ups and downs, and you do not see the handwriting on the wall. Now, like I said, when it comes to closure, the first thing is to just accept. My sister, it's hard. You're gonna be crying that cry. You're gonna be downloading lots of breakup songs and I miss you songs, and wishing why he broke up with you, and how much of a fuckboy he is, and how much of a loser he is, and how much of a I wish I didn't date you, or how much of a but I loved you and I showed you emotion and I gave you my heart, but you broke my heart. Girl, it's happened. You need to just get up and walk out of that relationship. I know it's hard, but the first thing you need to do is just know that closure, just accept that the situation has ended. Now, when it comes to closure, the second thing you need to do is to walk through all the emotions. The emotional part of loving someone is the hardest part, because you can't unwind those emotions. You can't take back all the feelings and all the times you spent with the person. You cannot rewind it for the life of you. You probably have memories on your phone. That's why people don't like to post their significant partner on, you know, social media, because they fear when things like this happen or more, the aftermath will be horrible. So the second thing is you need to just realize that there's an emotional pain that you are dealing with. That's the the second thing. The third thing is to realize that closure will not happen. Yes, unfortunately, closure is not going to happen. Because truth be told, when you say you want to reach out to the person to find out why did you break up with me, the person is going to send messages back, and you know, as ladies, we're so emotional. We'll send the first text, but I loved you, and then it goes, oh baby, I'm sorry. If it was the guy that you broke up with mutual, like for example, some guys are very gangster. They'll say, baby, I love you, but I cannot be with you. How can you love someone and not be with the person? How can you say you are in love with me but you have to break up? It doesn't make sense. So imagine that guy still wants to have access to you after all of that. Once you just send a message, baby, what's going on? Baby, I love you. Next to say, baby, I love you too, you know, and then you guys will have sex and you're back again, and then you don't have closure. There's no closure, but you people are broken up. So I just think that when we get to that point that I realize that there's no closure, you'll be able to kind of slowly, the next is to slowly take your mind off all of the relationship. I know that it's a very hard thing to do. One thing you can do is to distract yourself by going out, just taking each day as it comes, like they say. Another important part is allowing time. Time is the best healer. Time is such a healer. You know, it will take days and days of tears and months because you had so much love for this person. You know how it was in the beginning when you guys met, and all the years that you put into that relationship to make it work, and then all of a sudden it breaks up. So I'm just narrating all of those points of the heartbreak, and for you to be able to get an understanding of the fact that closure will never happen. A lot of people expect closure because they feel I was good to this person. This person needs to be able to tell me why. Why did you do this to me? It's never gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So when you finally now work the courage to get over the person, you realize the person now usually comes back with their bullshit, and then you're able to tell them, listen, I can't do this anymore because you treated me like crap, so I'm not going to fall for that. Now, I was in a relationship. I was with someone that I really liked, and then they just ghosted me, and then I was expecting closure. I think I sent a long message. I sent that message. You know how we I type, and of course he sent his own long message back, and at the end of it, nothing was resolved. It was just going back and forth until I just shut the door, and I told myself, Tolu, and my friends told me that, listen, you will find closure within yourself. No guy, nobody. That's the point where you know that, yes, closure is a myth. Nobody's ever going to give you that closure. You have to find it in yourself. You have to walk away from the pain. You have to build yourself up again. I think we all struggle with that. I'm not going to act like I'm a saint. I struggled with that in the past. I'm probably still struggling with that. So closure is that point where you tell yourself that, listen, as much as this pain may hurt me, I'm not going to go back to the pain that hurt me. I'm going to move on and forge ahead with my life. And I'm going to just, at the end of the day, you look back and say, why was I thinking of this guy? What was it about this guy that struck my fancy? And then you realize he's a plain Jane, if you must ask me. So that's it. I think that when it comes to the issue of closure, everybody's always looking for closure. They want to know the reason why the guy hurt them. My sister, do not look for closure. Once you close that door, close the door. Because the more you look for closure, the more you are looking for the guy to come back. And the guy can sense when a lady is desperate to want to be back with him. A guy can say, okay, he's the one that's broken up with you, and then you come back and you're, oh baby, why did you do this to me? The guy will reply and say, baby, but you know I love you. Once you hear I love you, just go to his house and you open pants. You've forgotten totally the reason why he broke up with you. But when you get back to your house the next day, you're asking yourself, BC, why did I do this? So why was I such a fool? Why was I such a this that? But you have forgotten that you were looking for closure. This is where closure led you to. So there's no closure. When relationships break up, we should accept, for whatever reason. It's a different case if now maybe the relationship comes back in another time, but then when you have gained clarity after closure, you're able to now make informed decisions, and you know what you cannot take and you can take. Then if he comes back, you know that, yes, this is what I'm going to take and not. Closure, like I said, when you get to that stage where you've closed the door, then when something else new comes, you're able to see it with clear and open eyes. So that's just my thoughts on closure. Do you need closure? I don't think anybody needs closure. I think what we need to do is just move on from the old and be embracing of the new things that come our way, because at the end of the day, nobody's gonna give you closure. You have got to get closure. I've learned from some of my experiences that at the end of the day, it has to come from me. And when I saw the person later on, yeah, we're not talking, but I was in a far better place emotionally. I wasn't stuck up. I wasn't hung over the person because I had moved on in my mind, and I did not need closure. It was a thing of the past. I know the wounds, probably the scars will still be there, but at the end of the day, you know that you've done yourself a good service. All right, guys, I hope you're able to learn something from what I just put out there. If you you've gone through that experience of having a hard time getting closure, or you really wanted closure from a relationship, how are you able to deal with it? And if you're currently in that stage and still walking through the emotions of gaining closure, and you really want closure from that relationship, how, you know, just share with me in the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are. Like I said, nobody's gonna give you closure. You have to find it within yourself. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. One thing I love about the videos I do is that they're very relatable and they talk about things that people face on a daily basis. So please make sure you like, you watch, and you subscribe to my YouTube channel at Sassy Look. Please make sure you do that, and then you definitely get to see more of my amazing videos. So bye, guys. I'll see you on the next one.